Coffee. So just a little lunch stream. As we level the hunter the way we want to level the hunter, not the way everybody tells us. Not the way everybody tells us to gear our hunter. I don't know what was going on in the stream last night, but some people I had like 3 different people messaging me, private messaging me, telling me like, asking me what I'm doing, telling me what I'm doing is wrong. I mean, it was just really awkward and really weird. Saying that there was a post on Reddit, which I think was just a troll attempt, to be honest. They were just trying to troll me, but it was just really bizarre, and it was just kind of strange. And all I can say to that is, I play characters the way I want to play them. I'm fully aware of how systems work in World of Warcraft. I played the game since 2004. I'm fully aware that a Raptor Strike with a slow 2-handed weapon is going to do way more damage than a Raptor Strike with a 1-handed weapon. Does that mean that I want to play that way? Not necessarily. I tend to like fast weapon swings. That's why when I play a Fury Warrior, I do dual wield. Will I never use a 2-handed weapon on a melee hunter? Of course not. I actually was talking about setting up my weapon swap macros. In fact, I've already got a weapon swap macro here for dual wield. So eventually I will also create a macro that's 2-hand. Just like I do on my warrior, just like I do on my paladin. And so we will be weapon swapping into a slow 2-hand weapon. Yeah, I passed on a 2-hand staff. And somebody last night seemed to think that was just the greatest mistake in the world. And again, I don't appreciate people telling me what to do. I'm a very independent individual. I do shit the way I want. That's why I tend to level solo a lot, because I'm kind of anal that way. I appreciate advice. I mean, I certainly appreciate constructive criticism or advice if it's presented in a good way. But if you message me, especially private message me while I'm in the middle of a dungeon telling me that what I'm doing is wrong, yeah, I'm not going to appreciate that. You message me after the dungeon, or message me and say, hey, if you want to try using this weapon, you might find, good success, or you might find that you're doing more damage, but present it in a constructive way. Don't just say, I can't believe you rolled meat on a dagger. You know what I mean? Just you know what I mean? Because I won't react very kindly to that. I don't tell other people how to play the game, and I certainly don't appreciate people telling me how to play the game. And I'm kind of pissed off because they were messaging me that. I just assumed it was one of the hunters in the group had said something in guild chat or had private messaged somebody. But that may not have been what happened. Really, it's hard to know. It's hard to know how it came out that people were private messaging me in the middle of a dungeon run, telling me that items I rolled on were bad. So I mean, the only way I could think that would happen is either someone was watching my stream, or someone in the dungeon messaged somebody. So, at any rate, it was 6 a.m. in the morning. I needed to get to sleep. I was tired. I was grouchy, and the last thing I want to do is have someone sit here and second guess every fucking thing I'm doing in the game. You know what I mean? I'll play my class however the fuck I want. It's like John Malkovich in fucking Rounders. It's like, if I want to splash the fucking table in my own, if I want to splash the pot, my own fucking club, I'll splash the pot.
Lovely. Lovely.
Yeah, but I really, yeah, I don't. It's kind of one of the things about me playing MMOs is I'm very adamant about that. Like, people should be able to play games the way they want to play them. Like, you should play. I encourage people to play however they want. I really am against min-maxing. I understand why people min-max, but I think it's really not good for communities to sit there and try to tell everybody like you're playing your character wrong. That's not a good attitude. I mean, if you want to run a guild that's like an elite guild and you have goals of downing certain things, then sure, if you want to do that and you want to tell people when you invite them to your guild, hey, we have rules about, trying to have our people in our guild perform at the highest level, and that may require you to run certain builds that we approve because we consider those to be the best builds. Whatever. If you want to do that shit, that's fine. But to sit there and tell random people or people you barely know that what they're doing is wrong, or tell them how to play their character, I'm very much, against that. If people ask me questions on my opinions on things, I'll give you my opinion, but I will never tell you that my opinion is what you should do. I'll say, hey, this is what I know from experience. Take it for what it is. I'm never going to say that you should play your character this way. I would never do that. I might say, if you want to set up a paladin to tank, this is the best build I know of for tanking. But I would never say that means you have to do it this way. You have to play it this way. I would never say that. I would just say this is what I know that works well.
Lovely. Lovely.
I can't wear mail.
Lovely.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Lovely.
You were screwed.
Lovely.
10 perfect deviate scales. That's a lot of perfect deviate scales to farm.
Lovely. 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 Lovely.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Hey, what's up, Prolemere? Lovely. Yeah, I would like to craft the belt, but man, it takes 10 perfect scales and 10 regular scales. That is a lot of scales to farm in here. Got one. We'll see, maybe it won't take that long. But it's a lot. The old clone. I hate that ability. You know what I mean? Let's see if I can pull threat.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
See that. Yeah, Frolamir, I don't know if you were there this morning, like it was at 6 a.m. I was just talking at the beginning of the stream how people were like messaging me in the dungeon telling me like that I was rolling neat on stuff I shouldn't roll neat on, and I didn't roll neat on stuff that I should roll neat on. And like I said, I mean, I'll always play the character the way I want to play. If you don't like it, that's too bad, you know? So it's kind of funny. I mean, I'm fully aware of what does the most damage gear-wise. Just because a two-hand weapon does more damage than dual one hand doesn't necessarily mean I want to have that play style. You know what I mean?
Lovely.
Ah. So it was just kind of weird that people were like messaging me saying, I saw on Reddit that you looted, you rolled neat on a dagger. I'm like, yeah, I'm a melee hunter. You know? It's like, dagger, melee hunter?
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
You were screwed.
Damn, these guys just do not want to give up. They chased me all the way outside. They did not want to give up. No, I did the dungeon run this morning, Doom. Holy crap, these guys just keep coming.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Well, okay, so here's the deal, Frolamir. I mean, the guy was saying I shouldn't have rolled neat on the dagger. Well, I'm telling you right now that as a melee hunter, you know, obviously you're melee. You're not using ranged weapons, so a dagger is a good weapon. His point was that there were 2 rogues in there that could have used it. I'm like, so what? It's a green. It wasn't even that good of a dagger. Like, literally, it's this dagger, which is only 11.1 DPS. You can literally... And then he messaged me and said, oh, that's his only option. I go, no, that's not his only option. You can literally go to Ironforge, buy a fist weapon that does, I believe, 11.7 damage. You can actually buy a fist weapon that does more damage than this dagger, although this dagger does have 2 agility, 2 strength, which is nice. But I mean, there's plenty of options. WoW has lots of gear, right? There's lots of gear in WoW. You know, so crying over the fact that I rolled neat on a dagger. And the funny part was, it wasn't even the people in the group. Like the rogues in the group were, one of them was a sword user. You know what I mean? It was just ridiculous. But here's the really funny part. Then he's like, yeah, I read on Reddit that you did this. And I'm like, huh? Like, so someone went to Reddit and posted about what I'm doing in a dungeon right now? You know what I mean? It was just really bizarre. It was just really weird. It was just, the whole thing was weird. It was maybe they were just trying to troll me. But it worked because I got kind of pissed off. But I was tired. It was 6 in the morning, man. I was tired. I wanted to get to bed. And so these people spamming me while I'm in the middle of a dungeon kind of pissed me off. So, you know, it worked. As far as the sound effects, you have to use, I use MSBT, mixed scrolling battle text, to set up triggers. So mixed scrolling battle text, you can set up triggers, and in the triggers you can actually set, you know, low health, right? So I can set up a sound file here.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
So you go in and you just basically configure the sound clip and put whatever you want. And there's a certain folder for MSBT sounds that's on in your add-ons folder. And just whatever sound, I mean, you can use an OGG file, you can use an MP3 file, you can use a WAV file, right? And you just go in, but you have to know how to configure MSBT, right? Low health. And it does have some out-of-the-box triggers built in, so like low health is one of those out-of-the-box ones that are going to be there, so. Yeah, no, and the thing is, the rogues weren't even mad. That's the funny part, is it was, I don't know what it was all about. It was really, like I said, it was very strange. The fact that I got messaged by 3 different people who private messaged me, it was just really odd. I'm like, why are you messaging me? Why do you even care if I rolled on a dagger for a melee hunter over a rogue? I mean, the rogues who were in the group didn't even care. You know what I mean? They didn't care. I think one of them said grats. You know what I mean? So it was just a very odd situation. And I let it irritate me, and I shouldn't have. So I feel bad that I let it irritate me, But the reason I let it irritate me is I have a kind of a way I play, right? I'm not a fan of min-maxing, right? I've never really been a fan of min-maxing. I believe that everybody should be able to play MMOs the way they want, whether, you know, they should just be able to play however they want. You know, you're playing a game. You should play it in a way that brings you the most enjoyment. So I would never tell somebody, you know, this is how you have to play, right? And I would never do that. And so, you know, if you want to give me advice and say, hey, if you try this, it'll do more damage, that's great, that's fine.
Lovely.
I have no problem with that. But if you're just there to tell me, I can't believe you did this, and I'm going to post on Reddit that you screwed up and you rolled neat on an item, you know, that's just stupid, you know? Anyways, moving on. Whatever, it was bullshit. Very close. Let's turn the sound down a little bit. Anyways, this is just my lunch break from work, so I have to go back to work in about 37 minutes. So I just doing a quick stream. I'm just trying to grind out some deviate scales and some perfect deviate scales and regular deviate scales, because I want to be able to craft the deviate belt here, which, as you can see, is a really good belt. Plus 5 agility, plus 6 stamina, plus 3 spirit. So that's what we're trying to do here, is grind out the scales. Getting male gear. Oh, that snake killed my trap. Yeah, and it still is, yeah.
Lovely. 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 Lovely.
Yeah, I'm always a big fan of wolves. I mean, the Furious Howl's nice because it increases my damage, obviously melee damage, physical damage really. But yeah, I mean, I'll probably try maybe like a bear or something that's a little tankier, you know, just because it'll make my survivability a little bit higher. Would love to get the Winter Spring, pets that have the slowing cone, the cone of cold breath. That would be that I'd like to try out too, And I do want to try a two-hand weapon. I realize that a two-hand weapon is going to hit really hard for melee hunter, and that's certainly something I was going to do. I just really didn't want a two-hand staff. Wasn't really thinking about using a two-hand staff. Plus, I wasn't sure if anybody else in the group wanted it. But I mean, our group was pretty much, there wasn't really anybody that was going to use the staff. I don't think there was even anybody in the group that could. We had 2 rogues, 2 paladins, and I can't remember what the other class. Well, that was it. 2 rogues and 2 paladins. So I should have rolled meat on the staff. I mean, the guy was right on that one, but he didn't approach communicating that in a very good way. Yeah, I always get a little bit irritated too by lower level gear. I mean, who cares? I mean, hardcore is hardcore, and sure, it's nice to have nice gear, of course, but I wouldn't be worried too much about a green dagger at level like 20. It was funny, like that green dagger that I won. There was literally 2 more green daggers like hook daggers. Hook daggers drop within the next couple of minutes, and they were only slightly inferior. They were like over 10 DPS each. People. I think it's because I'm older, like children, like child, like immature people irritate me, you know what I mean? It's, people that are just like the boosty, the boosters, the pumpers who are like, oh, I've got to pump, min-max. Those people just annoy me because I think they're fucking idiots. They're usually just deep-peners trying to say, hey, look at me, look how good I am, you know what I mean? Most times they're not as good as me anyway. Most of the times they're not as skilled as I am anyway. And there, I tooted my own horn for just 1 split second, only because they irritated me. Oh man, good times. But yeah, the melee hunter, like I said, is pretty interesting because you do. I mean, it looks pretty simplistic, but there's a little bit more going on. Like I'm switching I need to get my pet more food, but I'm switching, obviously, my pet's growl and my pet's cower abilities on and off pretty consistently to try to swap aggro between my pet and myself. So just to kind of to limit either of us getting too low on health, and also to try to proc some mongoose bites for myself as well. Yeah, so you can see, I did get 3 deviate scales, so that's not too bad, and I have 3 perfect, so in just 32 minutes. So I'm thinking maybe like an hour, maybe like 2 hours of farming in here. I might be able to have enough to get the deviate to craft the scale belt, maybe, possibly. But I do need more food for my pet, so let's see if we can find some people to kill out here that'll drop some food, and we can go ahead and turn in this quest too as well. And actually this quest gives an upgrade. Shit. I think that well, yeah, it is kind of an upgrade. I mean, I actually crafted I crafted the leggings, the +8 agility leggings, so that's kind of, I think that's kind of up in the air on whether or not that would be considered. I mean, do you want 8 agility, or do you want 4 stamina and 4 agility? It's really close. I mean, I probably would want the 8 agility because I'm really trying to push my dodge rating, so that we can basically dodge more often. So I think the 8 agility is probably going to be better. And, obviously the increased critical strike chance and stuff like that.
Greetings, traveler. Walk with the earth.
No, so it was either get that or the 10 slot bag. I chose to get the 10 slot bag. It's cool. I need to find some hyenas to kill. I just need some meat for my pet. Bear care. Guess they're good for meat. I hope they're good for meat. Actually, the lions are probably good for meat too.
Lovely.
And my wife's calling.
Lovely. 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 Lovely.
Alright, sorry about that. That was my wife calling. So I tried to kill a few things just to hopefully get some meat for my pet, but no meat got dropped. I thought for sure like the lions or something. And I got the hiccups. I thought the lions or somebody would drop some meat, but apparently not. Oh, is everything okay? Yeah, everything's good.
Lovely.
My wife was just telling me that we got our rent deposit back from the... We just moved like a few months back, and we finally got our rent deposit back from the other apartment complex, so that was nice that we got our deposit. Sometimes these apartments down here in Florida, they don't like to give you your deposits back. They'll be like, oh, we had to replace the carpet and all this BS, so they gave us our deposit back, which was cool. No, my wife, yeah, I don't know, Garrett, if you're familiar with my wife's physical issues, but yeah, she had a heart attack last year, and actually, was it last? Yeah, it was last year, wasn't it? Man, time flies. Was it last year? Yeah. Anyways, she's doing okay. Yeah, she's doing okay. She still is having some issues. She's having a lot of issues actually, but we try not to talk about it too much. I mean, we're doing everything we can, to help her. And, she's got basically a disease, an artery disease, which she's got really thin. She's got really narrow arteries, basically, and her body's not processing cholesterol correctly. So basically, cholesterol is like clogging up her arteries, and so she's having to eat like really super, lean foods, and basically like very, very low fat, low cholesterol foods because her body isn't processing correctly. So basically we're both, because of that, I've also switched my diet because I'm not going to like eat like, fatty, or like big fat steaks in front of her when she can't eat them. You know what I mean? So I've changed my diet too, and I'm basically eating the same stuff she's eating. So, which means I'm eating a lot of salad and chickpeas and, you know what I mean? Quinoa. Not the most exciting foods, but yeah, no, thanks, Gary. Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but it's just the way it is right now, Yeah, and she's young, too. I mean, my wife's only 38, so, I mean, compared to me, I'm 50. I'm 52. I turned 53. I turned 53 in just pretty soon. What's the date today? I turned 53 in 8 days. One more, you know what that means for me, man. One more year closer to retirement, baby, so I can start working on my own video game. I want to work on my own video game in Unreal Engine 5. Of course, by the time I retire, it'll probably be Unreal Engine 6, right? Maybe 7. It might be like Unreal 7 or 8 even. Think how good Unreal Engine is going to be by the time I retire, because, it's going to be pretty impressive, actually. Yeah, no, I'm trying to eat whatever my wife eats, Yeah, no, I mean, I look a lot younger than I am, and I sound a lot younger than I am. So, and of course I am. I'm just a big kid. I love video games. I play guitar. You can see there also I have that horrible, awful sound of is an audio alert letting me know that my pet is dying. And I actually want to change that sound because I don't like that sound. It's just really annoying. So if we go to triggers and we go to Hopper is dying my pet, we need to find a better audio clip for this because this bear is just really loud. That would be less annoying.
Triangle. Star. Protected.
How about Let's do the temple bell for now to let me know that my pet's health is low. For now. Yeah, I'm not doing the immortal pet challenge, which means you only have one pet. That would be on top of being a melee hunter. That would just be like really bad. That would be really hard. I think my pet's died once, maybe twice. I know he's died at least once. I think he's died twice. So yeah, keeping like doing like mortal pet would be a pretty tough challenge. There's a two-handed sword. It's only level 11. Yeah, but it's been really hard. You know, I mean, I don't want to talk about it too much, but it has been very difficult, like my wife being sick. Because it's something that we fight with constantly. Like every day, it's something that is an issue. You know, basically, I would say a couple times a week, she has heart issues where she gets really scared, and she has post-traumatic stress because she had what's called a widowmaker heart attack, where basically your heart just stops. So they had to bring her back to life, basically. But she still has kind of like post-traumatic stress from that, you know, obviously. I guess probably anybody would. So it's been pretty rough. Maybe it's a diet. No, hey man, I live most of my life drinking Coca-Cola and eating pizza, so my diet that's keeping me young has always been Coca-Cola and pizza. I've always been a big, pizza's always been my favorite food, and I've been a Coca-Cola addict since I was like 13 years old. But yeah, I don't know, man. No, it doesn't matter if you bring it up. I'm just saying, I just say as you know, streaming a video game, I you know, people watching me play WoW probably don't. There's gonna, you know, probably don't want to hear me talking about my wife's physical issues. It is what it is. So right now I've got my pet's taunt off, which means I'm gonna pull threat. And now my health is really low, so I'm going to switch to my pet. And I'm going to try to hamstring, and I'm going to kite this guy a little bit.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Try to let my pet get a little bit of threat. I'll go ahead and bandage.
Lovely. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
But sometimes when I have the pet taunt off, I get so much threat that it's hard for my pet to get it back. So yeah, I am hoping that the new rank of Growl is pretty soon, because my pet definitely, let's see, what rank is it? So, yeah, so at level 24, we do get the new, no, that's Beast Lord. We get the next Growl at 30, wow. It's amazing to me that I pull so much threat, even though I'm just like, I'm not even using a bow. Now, at level 24, we do get great stamina, and we do get Raptor. So level 24 is a big level for me. 2 more levels, because I'm going to upgrade my main DPS ability. And we also get great stamina and natural armor, so my pet's going to get more health. So that'll be nice. Alright, so we have, what do we got? Man, we had some luck getting some of the deviate skills early on, but now we're not getting it. Kind of stings. I don't want to aggro both of them. This guy will probably grab one, right? Or not. You always want to learn how to play Hunter better? Really, playing Hunter like really good really comes down to... It really comes down to managing your pet correctly, right?
Lovely. Lovely. Lovely.
I mean, really just, you know, understanding, like, you know, how to manage your pet, keep your pet alive, how to turn your pet's growl on and off, and how to keep your pet's abilities trained up. I actually need to train my pet up because he's, I don't think he has the highest rank of bite right now, so that's something, and I have to look at, like, keeping his cower and his bite, his cower, and his furious howl. Furious howl I don't have to worry for a while, worry right away because it's a ways away.
Alone be praised.
It's nice this guy's killing people because I'm trying. Oh, he's trying to get more stuff. Trying to get more scales. Might get that other one. No, we didn't. We got 2 stealthers. Oh, not the clone! I hate the clone. I hate it when they clone themselves. So annoying. Yeah, I mean, some pets are better than others for certain situations, but don't believe everything you hear about people saying, oh, you have to have a boar, or you have to have a hawk. I mean, sure, they're good. There's not, you know, and some pets may be slightly better, but it's not a huge difference. You know what I mean? It's not like a massive difference. Like, I use a wolf because I like Furious Howl, because wolves are just kind of good at everything. They've got good armor, good damage. They're not really weak at anything, you know? Some pets are really strong in armor, some tankiness, some pets are, you know, so it just depends, you know? My pets, where's pet health? Like, threshold, this is too low.
Lovely.
Yeah, I mean, cats, yeah, I mean, I like the way wolves look. I'm a big fan of the way they look, too. So, I mean, I don't play it. Like I said, I'm not a min-maxer at all. I understand the game very, very well. I understand how to do damage. I understand, you know, what the best builds typically are usually, but I don't usually run the best builds. I usually run stuff the way I want to, just because it's more fun for me, you know? So, I use a wolf because I like the way wolves look and because I think they're good pets. Would I say a wolf's the best pet if you're trying to do DPS? No, of course it's not the best pet. You can get yourself a raptor or a cat and it's going to do more damage. You know, one pet that I used that seemed to really hit hard was a raptor. So I might want to try grabbing a raptor in wetlands, because I was using a raptor one time and man, he was just crushing people. Like, he was really hitting hard. So I may grab myself a raptor here pretty soon. There, we got another deviate scale. Finally, we were doing good on the scales, and all of a sudden they weren't giving us any. I actually do need to do, what is it? I was going to, there was something I wanted to do before because I'm just on my work lunch break and I need to get off here pretty soon. Something I wanted to do and I can't remember. Oh yeah. I wanted to go to Theramore and see if we can grab the, there's actually a 2.8 speed weapon, and it's a, the only problem is I think it's an offhand weapon, believe it or not. Which makes no sense. Like, why would you have a 2.8 speed weapon that's, like, for your offhand? You know, that would be awfully clumsy to use something that's that heavy. Yeah. The thumbnail of art. I just got off, just Google. Hey, Lucian. I just get, you know, most of the thumbnails I just Google. I either go to bing.com or I go to Google and just search for specific types of images, you know. Are you talking about, let's see. This one here? Yeah. I got this one just by Googling, just doing a Google search. I think I was Googling wolf. I think I Googled wolf girl or wolf or like melee. I can't remember. It might have just been melee hunter. You know what I mean? A lot of times I'll just Google like melee hunter. I've got, it's hard to find good images for that represent like a melee hunter, you know. But yeah, raptors are definitely good. They do good damage. Thanks, Lucian. Yeah, I try to get nice images, but yeah, let's hit Theramore. I mean, I don't. Again, you know, people. I mean, we do need to get a two-hand weapon. I do think a two-hand weapon is nice for weapon swapping. Like, so what we want to do is we want to have a two-hand weapon for DPS, right? So we do good damage with a two-hand weapon, but then we want to have two fast weapons so that we can swap to those if we need to just pull off some quick, like, you know, hamstrings and stuff. Also, it'd be nice to get two one-hand weapons that have good stats, you know, like maybe have like a lot of stamina or something if we could, or maybe even just a lot of agility. I think the best, for me personally, what I would want the best would be like a 2.8 speed weapon in my main hand and like a maybe a 1.8 or 1.9 weapon speed in my offhand, and then for both of them to have agility on them, like to be like axe of agility or whatever, dagger of agility, and try to get as much agility as I can, because we want to be able to increase our dodge as much as possible, because every time I can only do mongoose after I dodge, so the higher my dodge rate, the more I'm going to proc mongoose. So if we look at my abilities here, you can see that my dodge currently is 9.92%, so it's pretty low, but we are going to be putting all our talents points into improved aspect of the monkey, which is going to increase my dodge by another 4%. So that's really going to help us when I start tanking up mobs more often. My warrior and paladin are both 100% fine. Kill Touch TV. I've just been bouncing around a little bit because I've got a lot of hardcore characters that had full rest time, and I just wanted to level them up. The paladin is currently level 19. She's perfectly fine. She's resting in an inn. My warrior is 46. She's also currently resting in an inn. Hunters do use intellect, yes. So intellect's good, but I mean, honestly, it's not a huge deal, because the biggest mana drain on me is going to be, like, you know, mending my pet. It's going to be like, you know, casting mend pet on my pet. So if I'm tanking up quite a bit and splitting the time between my pet and me getting hit, then, you know, we won't be needing to mend pet as much. And also, don't forget, you can always throw in a bandage.
I got the best deals.
You know, in the middle of combat, while your pet's got thread, you can always just bandage. So, you know what I mean? Even Bane doing the same thing, just making sure I was near the same level on a rogue, and now I got a head, so I get. You're 52 on your rogue? Yeah, I'm 46 on the warrior, and she's sitting in, and she's not full rest time yet. Still working on getting, you know, her rest time, building the rest time up.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, so we've got, what do we got? We have 4 perfect deviate scales, and we have 6. So we need 10 each. 10 of these each, and then we'll
Have
craft.
a good one.
And then we'll go ahead and craft the deviate scale belt here, which is going to be super nice, right? So we need 10 each. So it won't take too much longer, hopefully, to get this. Maybe another hour or two of grinding in that cave. And then we'll be able to make the 5 agility. And that's going to be, you know, obviously a big upgrade of what I have now. So that's a really nice belt. You're doing bloodbath, no stealth. Oh, you're doing bloodbath, so you kill mobs only, right? Is that what that is? No grouping. Yeah, if you're doing bloodbath, that's no quests, right? Is that what that is? Yeah, that would get really grindy, dude. Super grindy. I would definitely recommend letting the characters sit and build up rest time. That's what's so cool, though, is you can have multiple characters and just, you know, that's what I do. Like, I played my Paladin. Paladin was full rest time. I burned off. And the thing is, it's a lot more effective at higher levels, too. Like, when you have full rest time on, like, let's say you're, like, level 52. When you have full rest time on a 52, it's going to take you a little while to burn that off. Like, if you're killing mobs nonstop and you have full rest time, it's going to take you, you know, a good 6 hours probably to burn all that off. You know, maybe more. Probably, it just depends how fast you kill, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, no poisons. Oof, no poisons, man. So, yeah, I mean, I pretty much record most of my gameplay anyway, but it definitely is a lot easier now that you don't have to. It is a little bit nicer that you don't have to record everything because the add-on, like if I do hardcore show, I'm at 99.7% tracked. Felwood, Southern Furbog. You're level 52? Yeah, let me see. Hold on a second. Level 52. I mean, yeah, there's the Felwood camp right here. Right here, that's really good for grinding. There's also the demons, but obviously the demons can be challenging. You know, demons, nagas, and undead are mobs that are always kind of more difficult mobs to kill. You know, obviously undead are the hardest because of all the debuffs they're going to give you, especially as a rogue. They're going to be poisons and really curses and debuffs. They're just really, they're not good. Your best, you know, your best farming mobs are almost always going to be beasts. So, you know, like for me, if I was level 52, oh man, what would I farm? One of the things you can farm at 52, I don't know if you're too low level. There's a cave up here. See this cave right here? This cave has those like those lumbering like swamp looking creatures, swamp beast looking creatures. So what are you talking about? Telling someone to play a specific build? No, Mac man. Like I said, I don't tell people what build. No, I tell them what I think is good. I don't say that they have to play that, Mac man. There's a difference. I say I've never told someone to play a specific build. When have I ever said that? When have I ever told anybody to play a specific build? People will ask me all the time on my channel, what's good talents or what's a good build, and I'll respond and say, I think this is good. But I've never said you should do this or like you have to do this. I might say this works well, or you could do this, but I would never say you have to do this. So, you know, Mac, you can just get right out of my fucking stream, dude. Fucking people. But yeah, I never tell people how to play their classes, man. So, yeah, the Tar Lords. The Tar Lords, the Fen Creepers. Yeah, the Fen Creepers. The Fen Creepers, if you're high enough level, are pretty good, right? So they're pretty good to kill. I can't remember what level they are, though, here. But the Fen Creepers are definitely good for grinding. Because people don't grind them very often. Yeah, the people don't grind them very often, and so you're not really fighting a lot of other people in that cave, and they spawn quick, so you just basically circle, you know, in and out of the cave. So that's pretty good. Obviously, another area, you know, that you can go all the way to 60 grinding is Sorrow Hill here. It's like right here. So here's Chillwind Camp. You know, these skeletons here, you can farm these skeletons all day long. The problem is there's gonna be a lot of mages and people like AoE farming them, so that can be kind of a pain in the butt.
You need something.
And of course, there's also the issue of main hand. See, it's the same. These are the same weapons that were there last time I came here. What level am I? 22. Two-hand sword. What's 8 strength?
Be careful.
Don't want that. Yeah, and they're pretty grouped, yep. Fire Guts are okay. They do have the knockback ability, so like when you farm the Fire Guts, like if you go, let's see, where is it? Let's see. If you go to the Burning Steps here, the Fire Guts, right here, they're pretty good. They do have knockback, so be careful. I've seen people die by getting getting low on health and getting knocked off a cliff and actually die. I've seen that. It's pretty funny, actually. You can farm those. The other thing, if you want to get the Crawl Blade, I actually had the Crawl Blade drop off a spider before in the Badlands. So, not the Badlands, I'm sorry, Searing Gorge. Actually, Searing Gorge is another area, but you might be, I don't know if you're too high level, but Searing Gorge, if you go down into Searing Gorge, if you fly to Throwing Point and you go down under the ground here, there's tons of mobs down there you can kill, and they're all humanoids, so they're gonna have a good loot table. And the spiders here, the lava spiders here, whatever up top, I've got a Crawl Blade off those guys before, so. But I didn't realize that the Crawl Blade drop was higher off of the ogres. But yeah, Searing Gorge is pretty good. The humanoids down below is definitely a pretty good thing to farm. Yeah. Yeah, we'll start from the Brutes and Feralus because they. Oh yeah, the knockback can be annoying. The Relics of Methistra. Level 20 quest, Relics of Methistra. Oh, yeah, you mean the one in Darkshire? Yeah, the one in Darkshire, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, maybe we'll, yeah, we could certainly do that. That's a good one, Brian, yeah. I don't remember the stats on it, but definitely worth looking at. I think it's a pretty fast weapon speed, though. You would prefer a little bit slower. But yeah, we could take a look.
Goddess bless you.
I don't know, like... I don't know if I have the appropriate quests, you know. I don't know if the Onu quest is available. But anyways, I gotta go back to work, guys. I was just on my lunch break, so there's a 5 agility force down. I was just on my lunch break, so I do have to go back to work. So I will catch you guys later. Good luck on your rogue kill touch. But yeah, I mean, that MacMan douchebag came into my channel and saying that I don't tell people how to play their characters, man. I don't. People ask me questions, I give my feedback on what I think's good, but I will never tell anybody that you need to play a certain way. I will never say that. So if I do, I certainly don't mean it in that way. People should always, I always advertise, I always try to promote that you should play your characters the way you want. You know, you should try to play the game in a way that's the most fun for you. So. Anyways, I'll catch. You know, I'm not a child. I'm not a 15-year-old, a 20-year-old. I'm 52 fucking years old, man. Trust me, I don't need to tell people what to do, and I certainly am not gonna let people tell me what to do, man. And my whole life, I've always done whatever the fuck I want, and I'll always be that way. That's just my personality. In fact, if people tell me to do something, I tend to rebel against that. I've always been very rebellious that way. That's why when I play characters in MMOs, I oftentimes play what's considered to be like some of the worst builds. Just because I want to, because I want to do something that's challenging. I don't want to do what everybody else has already min-maxed to death. Why the fuck would I want to do that? That's boring. Let me do something that nobody's done. That's a lot more exciting. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Have a good day. Peace out.